What is RAM, I hear you ask? Well, first off, RAM stands for Random Access Memory. And a good way to describe what it does is with this analogy. Think of RAM as your pockets, and your hard drive as a suitcase. Your suitcase can hold tons of stuff, but it's slow to get stuff out of it. Your pockets, on the other hand, can hold a little bit of stuff, but it's quick to grab. You see, every program that your computer runs needs some of that pocket space and a bunch of suitcase space. If you have tiny pockets, or if you shove too much stuff into those pockets, your computer begins to run slow. That's why it's important to have a good amount of RAM.
And now, welcome to How Do I? Let's join our host DeAndre.
Technology has advanced astonishingly quickly through the years, so much so that almost everything is run or aided by a computer. Nowadays, it's important to have at least some knowledge of the inner workings of a computer. So today, we'll be learning how to upgrade the RAM on your desktop PC. We'll be covering materials you'll need, checking how much RAM you installed, placing your PC on a flat surface, removing the screws, removing the cover, cleaning the dust in your PC, finding and removing the RAM, installing the new RAM, placing the cover back on, screwing everything back together, and making sure that the computer recognizes the newly installed RAM. Now, let's see what materials we'll be needing.
Some compressed gas duster. Any brand will do because they're all generally the same. A flathead screwdriver. The RAM sticks you will use to replace the ones that are currently in your computer. And how could I forget the most important part? Of course. There we go. A fully functioning computer, because what's the point in doing all this if it doesn't work?
Alright, we've got all our materials. Let's check how much RAM we've currently installed in our PC.
Alright, I'm going to show you how to find how much RAM you have installed in your computer. You want to click on the home button, and you want to type in the search bar PC settings. Then click on the PC settings app, click on PC and devices, and you want to click on PC info. So you go down the list, you're almost there. There you go. And as you can see right there where my mouse cursor is, I currently have installed 8 gigabytes of RAM. But I'm going to show you how to upgrade that.
Now that we've checked our PC information, we can place our PC on a flat surface.
So when working with electronics, you want a nice flat and clean surface, which I obviously have here. We will put our PC on top of the table, and we will get started with opening the computer up. Excuse the drugs that you see at the bottom of the screen. I swear I'm sober now.
Okay, we've placed our PC on a flat working surface, so let's unscrew everything.
So now we're going to take our flathead screwdriver and we're going to be removing the first of 2 screws that keep the lid in place. And then proceeding to drop the screw because you're just a useless butterfinger. Okay, we're going to grab our flathead screwdriver again and we're going to unscrew the bottom screw. And there you go. Both.
Now that we've removed the screws, we can crack this bad boy open.
Okay, so we got the screws removed. They're off to the side, as you can see right there. Oh, found a piece of sheetrock. I have no idea where the hell that came from. Anyways, so we'll remove the cover of our PC tower and expose the internals, as you can see right there.
Wow, look at those wires. Let's clean the dust out so our computer can run at maximum efficiency.
Alrighty, now that we've removed the cover, we're going to take this opportunity and grab our handy dandy compressed gas duster, and we're just going to clean out our PC. Now this isn't a very integral step to what we're doing here, seeing as how we're just switching out the RAM, but it's generally a good idea to clean the dust out when you get the chance. Dust buildup can block your fan vents, and that's going to cause overheating, which is not good for any PC. So what you want to do is you hold the can 3 to 4 inches away and shoot in short bursts of 2 to 3 seconds long. Now, fair warning, the longer you hold the trigger, the colder the can's going to get. So I'd advise you don't hold it down for too long, unless you want frostbite. So you're just going to go in and out, move all around the PC, and try and remove as much of the dust as you possibly can. Don't go too crazy with it. I mean, you don't have to worry if there's still some left, because you're not going to remove 100% of the dust. Now that we've cleaned our PC out, we're just going to lay it on its side so that it's easier to remove the RAM sticks, which I will show you where to find in the next clip.
Okay, our PC is as clean as possible. Let's figure out where the RAM is located and how to remove it.
Now, you're probably thinking, well, this is like a Where's Waldo of where the RAM sticks are. But it's really simple. They're right there. There's typically 4 slots in a motherboard, and they usually come in pairs. Okay, now that we've located the RAM sticks, we're just gonna pull back on these tabs right there, and it'll pop out as easily as that. There's the first stick. As I said before, RAM typically comes in 2 sticks. In my case, I have 2 4GB sticks, which equal 8GB of RAM. So we're going to do the same thing with the second one, and there it is. It's as easy as that.
Well, that was easy. Now that we've removed our RAM, let's install our new RAM sticks.
Alright, so we're just going to grab the new RAM sticks. This is the first one. I don't know if you could tell, but one end has less pins than the other end. This is important to note, because you want to make sure that they're properly aligned. So I'm just going to be adding it into the slots where I had my previous RAM, since I'm upgrading. If I were adding RAM, I'd be putting them in the empty slots. When you're connecting them, you want to listen for 2 clicks, because that's when you know that the RAM is properly inserted. The clasps will be inserted into the notches. I'm grabbing the second RAM stick there. Here I'm pointing out that the barcode sides should be facing the back. Obviously both RAM sticks will be facing the same side. So yeah, barcode side facing the back. I'm just going to be using some force to push down until I hear both clicks. There's the first click.
Alright, our new RAM is installed. So let's place the cover back on.
Okay, now that we have our RAM installed, let's grab our PC cover, and we're just going to insert it into the notches properly, just like that. Alright, we're going to wrestle with the PC for a little bit and look like an idiot in front of your whole class. Alright, and there you go. Not only have you made a fool of yourself, but you got the cover back on.
Okay, our cover is back on our PC. We can now screw everything back together.
We're going to grab the screw and we're going to put it in its proper place. Tighten it a little bit to make it easier for us. We're going to grab our flathead screwdriver and we're going to tighten just enough. Don't want to make it too tight because you don't want to damage the threading. Just make sure it's nice and snug. And there you go, there's the first screw done. Alright, we're just going to grab this second screw and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put it in the hole. We're not going to laugh at that because we're mature. And you're just going to screw it in clockwise. You know, everybody knows, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey.
All that's left is to make sure our computer recognizes the changes we've made to our hardware. Let's check.
Okay, so we want to go back to PC settings because we want to make sure that the computer recognizes that we've installed new RAM. So we go back to PC and devices, and then PC info, and there you go. It says installed RAM, I have 16 gigabytes. And now you too know how to upgrade your RAM.
Not too difficult, right? Now that we know how to upgrade the RAM in our computer, consider making that upgrade on your own PC. That does this for this episode of How Do I? Tune in next time, because you just might learn something.
This has been How Do I? With your host, DeAndre Smith, directed by Alan Torres. I'm your announcer, Ian Gilbert. How Do I is a Norwalk Community College student production.